They say that YNs are the biggest crash outs right now, and I beg to differ. Because to me, the biggest crash outs are women. Yes, women. It's something about an emotional woman specifically that is ready to throw away her life, throw away everything that they may have built, their career, whatever it may be, as long as they can feel like they're the victim. You see, I call an emotional woman a kamikaze bomber, meaning an emotional woman will go and blow herself up just so she can kill you. She doesn't care who else is in that house. She's going to strap a bomb to her chest. She's going to get on a plane, strap the plane full of bombs, and crash into your house. And as long as you die, she doesn't mind killing herself. And in the case of Jess Hilarious, she strapped on that kamikaze bomb last night, and she tried to blow up the Breakfast Club, all in the name of trying to be a victim. Yeah, she just wanted people to feel sorry for her, so she tried to kill everybody else. Now, let's be real, man. For months, people have been saying that Loren, who was filling in for Jess while she was on maternity leave, they said that she has been doing a better job than Jess Hilarious, specifically in the Jess with the Mess segment, which is basically the same thing that Angela Yee used to do when it came down to the rumor report. But Jess Hilarious, she wanted to give more commentary, while Loren is a journalist and she has experience working with TMZ. So she knows how to deliver a story, give specific details. She has sources. She knows how to do her job very well. And when it came down to Jess Hilarious doing her Jess with the Mess segment, she seemed as if she came very unprepared. She couldn't really explain what was going on. It seemed like she just read the sheet that she was provided when she got to work. She could never give any type of backstory. And on top of that, the girl can't read worth a shit. I'm thinking that Jess Hilarious, the Baltimore school system must have just pushed her along, because she read on a 3rd grade level and the fans didn't like that. So it was refreshing when she left that Loren could actually do the simple things that made the Jess with the Mess segment digestible. Well, unfortunately, that caused a lot of tension in the room, in the meetings, outside of work. And Jess decided to go online and air out most of her problems. And most of them happen to be with Loren being the 4th mic on the Breakfast Club.
Just be quiet up there. I'm not fighting over no mic space. I'm not fighting over no mic. That's why I went from shut up and hush to not saying nothing. No. I'm not gonna compete where I already won this competition. I didn't know it was supposed to be 4. If this was presented to me, prior to hire, then I wouldn't have been so shocked. Like, oh shit, all right, cool. So when we bringing in the 4th person, shit, that's what's up, cool. It's only time for that segment. You know what I'm saying? We had a meeting today to restructure the show and shit like that. Fuck out of here.
Now, as you see, Jess has a point. I get it. If you're saying you went through basically the tryout process and you won the competition to be the 3rd mic on the Breakfast Club, I get why you would be upset that Loren gets to take some of your talking time on the radio. You just won. Ain't no reason to compete again. I understand it. And I understand maybe you had a bad meeting. Maybe you felt frustrated and you weren't heard. But going to a house in the Breakfast Club that's already leaking fumes and striking a match by going to the internet is never going to resolve anything. Now, after Jess went through a rigorous tryout to get this position, everybody was excited for her. Everybody said, yes, Jess is the person you need, because contrary to the belief now, because nobody really fucks with Jess like that, they were fucking with her at the beginning. And that's because Jess was refreshing, because she was a woman with a strong opinion, and she would say what was ever on her mind. It would be messy, so that's why they called it Jess with the mess. She would say, hey, Lil Meech is musty. She would say things like that. And we know that Angela Yee kind of would be a neutral background noise where the two men were the dominant mics. So it all made sense. And Jess would get on here and explain how she felt that way too. She was happy about her position at the Breakfast Club, but yet there was something else that she wanted. And that was to get pregnant. And that's what she did. But in my opinion, her being pregnant, having a baby right after signing a contract was the beginning of the end.
You know what I'm saying? I was eating that shit up the whole year I co-hosted, eating that shit up until I had to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a baby. In this industry, what I'm doing ain't no right time to have a baby, so you have them when you have them. I don't regret when I got pregnant. I don't. I got pregnant on fucking purpose. That's what I wanted, a baby, and that's what I got. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted Breakfast Club. You feel me? And I'm gonna say this. I don't fucking need to be there. I wanted to be there. I loved being there.
Now, there's a reason, if you ever paid attention, two of the greatest quarterbacks ever would always most likely play until the end of the game, no matter what the score was. And that would be Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And I know y'all are thinking, what does that have to do with Jess Hilarious? Well, they would play to the end of the game no matter the score, because they didn't want to give the backup the opportunity to be seen, because they might be younger. They may seem like they got more potential. Their style may be a fan favorite. And that happened with Tom Brady when it came down to Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo was younger, and he played a style that Bill Belichick could control without any pushback like he got from Tom Brady. And he was ready to wheel and deal a late 30-year-old Tom Brady off somewhere else. Well, Tom Brady went over his head and got Garoppolo traded. But that's just the example we gonna set. Hell, have you seen Love and Basketball? When Monica went and got that starting position, what was the advice that the senior guard gave her? Never let a freshman take your spot. And that's exactly what Loren did to Jess Hilarious. You see, Jess, you're saying it's never the right time to get pregnant, and I beg to differ, because you got pregnant on purpose while you was damn near still in your 90-day probation. You didn't cement yourself good enough to be getting pregnant and the fans not enjoying the next person who came through that did the job better than you. And doing the job better than you was just reading better. And that's exactly what Loren did. And she came with another angle, which was a journalist, and the people liked her. So you opened that door for the next talent to come in because you wanted to have you little junior. Now let's move along. Now Jess would also on this live speak on how she doesn't feel protected at the Breakfast Club. She's saying that the internet trolls, the internet personalities, who we'll get to later, but she's saying how her co-hosts don't protect her at all. They don't defend her against the internet. They don't go to woe about they person. Let's just take a look.
This is another crazy thing. We supposed to be a team up that bitch. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm like not one motherfucker ever with this online shit. Like, why the fuck should we have to keep playing it? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela Yee ain't that motherfucking crazy. Not as crazy as niggas try to make her out to be. Nah, it's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, my nigga. I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck. Y'all already know what's up with me.
Nah, bro. I ain't letting that one slide, man. I ain't letting that one slide because, Jess, you're like 33, 34. You're in your 30s. And this is what you do. You knew we grew up in a hybrid lifestyle. The early parts of our years, there was no social media. You was outside in the street seeing real people that you probably had issues with. You fought them. But later on in life, we were there from the beginning of social media to now. And you should know how life is with no social media, because this is what you do when the social media warriors are getting to you. You simply take your phone, where all of the nonsense is coming from. You lock it. Well, in this case, you lock it. And you sit it down. And you walk away and enjoy your day. Maybe go pick up that son that you had on purpose that cost you your position at the job. That's what you do. Now, a viral clip would resurface that was viral last week of Jess Hilarious's op of over 10 years, Mr. Corey Holcomb, who keeps calling her less hilarious. And he spoke on that viral clip saying that what I pretty much said, she left the door open for Loren to come in and take her spot because she's more talented, because she actually has experience, and she can read.
And now I heard about her up at the Breakfast Club.
She done got it.
Well, this is what happened at the Breakfast Club. She took that job. She got that job because I think she had a social media presence. I can't imagine why else.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
So she got that job. And I always said she wasn't talented.
Been saying that for a while.
She got the job and got knocked up shortly afterwards. And the worst thing in the world happened. They brought in somebody who was talented.
Who they bring in?
Homegirl from, she used to be on TMZ.
Yeah, she has experience with doing that. When she talks, her voice, I don't know her name.
Yeah.
The girl who is Loren. That girl know what she doing. She knows how to fit in with Charlemagne and the other guy, DJ Envy. It's like it's seamless when she there.
Right.
It's the talent. The talent shows out. And then Les Hilarious ain't even reading right. And now she had a job where all she had to do was deliver the news. She had a segment on the Breakfast Club. The other girl who has experience and talent at this job took her segment. Right. Not because she tried to, it's just you saw somebody who's talented. And then you see, read that, Les Hilarious.
And she stood in for her when she took off maternity leave.
When she stood in for, Les Hilarious, you should have had your baby on camera at the Breakfast Club.
Stupid.
Because they brought in somebody who is talented. And you could say I'm dissing, because that's what you're going to do. You're going to act like I'm hating. I'm not hating. You don't got the it. Your segment could have been good if you knew how to deliver it right. But now they got somebody doing your segment better than you, and it's just flawless. It's effortless. And the girl tried to be your friend, and everybody could see you ain't trying to be her friend.
The audio yesterday. Hold up, be quiet. How everybody a real estate agent? How everybody?
Because a lot of the wags do that.
Rihanna for a long time.
And her outfit
this is
mattered.
No, listen, hush. This is not a Travis. No, Loren. No. Just listen. Just please hush. This is not a Taylor Swift football game situation.
So I want to say to old girl Loren, I hope that you get the job, and I hope Les Hilarious has to open up an OnlyFans with that bionic body that she bought through robbing the people, perpetrating talent.
And Jess would respond to Corey Holcomb by saying this.
Didn't go live to talk about That retired ass nigga. Who still think he not retired. Nigga, you ain't doing nothing. And honestly, if he didn't hate me so much, I would actually agree with some shit that he was saying. I would. The girl is great at what she do. Loren with the latest is flawless. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. She got that. I fought for that. The fuck is we talking about? I don't know how long it's going to take for a motherfucker to confirm that. But yeah, it's like that. I started saying shit on air. Like I said, I don't know if y'all really listen to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all really listen to that shit 6 a.m. or wherever. Yeah. I advocated for that. Get that shit to her. Get that segment to her, man. That girl do what she do. She do it great. She was doing it great at TMZ. She doing it great up the Breakfast Club. I also been said that she did great during the co-hosting year too. Said that. Along with Claudia Jordan and Jason Lee. I also said that. Okay?
Now, if it went down like that, I'll give all props to Jess Hilarious for spotting the talent. But if you spotted the talent, then that means that you might have hired your replacement. And what you should have been doing was coming to work prepared, ready to work. But instead you laid down and you just said, nah, just give her the position. I'm not even going to fight for my side. I don't care no more. I'm going to be texting in the middle of interviews. I'm just not even going to comprehend things when she's giving out the info and they just said it because I'm just not paying attention. I'm checked out. It is what it is. That's the mentality that you gave off and the people knew it. One thing that your supporters will always support is somebody who's giving a full effort, who's actually putting their everything into what they're doing. In sports, if you come out there and you turn over the ball, but then you get back on defense and you take a charge, hey man, no harm, no foul. But what you doing is turning over that ball and you're walking back down the court the same way that Luka did in the finals last year. And people didn't appreciate that. And part of that is why he got traded. Now, I don't agree with the trade, but the fans hate a piss poor performance. And the last thing I'm going to show you guys from this rant is Jess Hilarious saying that she hates the way that the Breakfast Club has been ran. She's saying that it's like East Side High before Mr. Clark got there. And if you know anything about that movie, you know that East Side High was the trenches. Students was smoking crack. So she's saying that it's being ran terribly, kind of like the Trunchable was the principal. And she's calling that out. Now, I have no proof of anything, how it's being ran. She could be absolutely correct. But again, running to the internet is not the way to go about things when it's being ran like Eastside High. You need to demand a meeting and y'all need to sit down and get this together until a solution. Do not leave that room until there's a solution coming in.
And Loren LoRosa got it going on. She did. You know what I'm saying? I tell her that. Ask her. I don't know if she'll say it online. She thanks me on air, but she don't thank me online. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I guess, you know, shit a little different, you know, online. But if niggas is a team, if we supposed to be a team, how about y'all clear some of this shit up for y'all teammate? That shit is ran like a high school. Yeah. It's ran like a high school. It is. Fair East Side High. Fair East Side High. Before Mr. Clark, though. Like when he first got there. Y'all want a bitch to keep her cool. Look, check this out, y'all. Look, man. I get up every fucking day. Every day. And they always talk about, you ain't at work, you ain't at work. Yeah, bitch, I started picking up more shows. Hell no. That's how I'm getting. Hell no. Hell no. I have more fun outside the fucking studio than I have in there now. Is you crazy?
Now, contrary to the reports last night, Jess Hilarious still is employed by the Breakfast Club. And this morning, she decided to come to work and they would try to work out their differences on air. Now, she began with giving a little bit more reasonable detail as to why she had a problem with Loren, which she ended up saying was misplaced hate, and really it should have been towards the staff and the people behind the scenes, because she was saying, hey, listen, if you're gonna put Loren in as a fourth mic, well, then don't just put her in on my segment. Put her somewhere else. Make a segment for her. Why does it only affect me?
I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Jess Hilarious is here.
I'm cool.
Okay.
Jess
Still
has
my
been,
job. I came into work. What's up?
she's been trending all day.
Yes.
I think she's number 9 right now.
No, I did not. I wasn't too fond of Loren. No, I wasn't too fond of her when I came back, because we had a whole plan, even how when I came back, how I pick her to fill in for me, right? I come back, she ain't never leave. Then, all right, cool that she don't leave, but she's on only during my segment. If she was meant to be a fourth host, move her in another way. Why she got to be moved in on? Because nobody had a problem with Jess with the mess until she started reading right. You know what I mean? Till she started
So,
reporting.
hold on.
I wasn't hired as a reporter.
Hey, man, look, I can't make this up. Y'all just heard her. She said she be reading right. That's why. Listen, Jess, maybe you need to go home, stop using your pointer finger to read the letters and the words and actually practice. Yeah, if Floyd can learn how to read at 45 years old, then you could learn how to read right now. Now, DJ Envy would actually be the only one to bring some type of logic and maturity to the situation. He would actually say, listen, we have went through this, and I have told you, if you want Loren to just do strictly production and you want to get her off of the set so you can have your time on the mic and she not be a fourth mic, we can do that. We can make that happen. She didn't want to do it. He also said, listen, you could have said everything that you said in that live in the production meetings. You're not saying this in the production meetings, and so I thought that it was whack and it was corny, and that we do have your back, but you're worried about the internet. Fuck the internet. They say things about me for the last 15 years. You gotta know who you are as a person, and you gotta get past those comments.
Know that.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. You let the internet dictate what's going on. We've had conversations, and this is the thing. This is why I thought it was corny, and it's just me personally. I thought it was corny because we have conversations up here. We just have a meeting. If you had an issue, a problem, a situation, or something that you felt, why you ain't bring it to the team? When you came back, Jess, I pulled you to the side. I said, Jess, if you feel uncomfortable, if you don't want Loren in the room, this is your show. We can make that the change whenever you want. Did I not say that to you?
Yeah, you did. It's not about wanting her in the room, yo. It's about the segment. Like it was like y'all
have that conversation
y'all wanted
off
her.
air. If you had a problem, say it to us. We had a meeting
conversations
yesterday.
off air. What
not
is we
like
talking
that.
about?
Not like nobody having my back, because we have your back. As far as the Corey Holcomb thing, y'all been beefing for 11 years.
I'm not worrying about it's not even about
you. Worried about comments, and you worried about what people say after.
I'm worried about the
comments,
perception
man.
and my reputation up here on the show.
They've been ishing on me for 15 years. They've been ishing on
Deserve-
Charlamagne for
rightfully so.
15
But
years.
that's on you.
Rightfully
And the
so.
things
But
that
I
people
don't
ish
care.
on me
It
for
doesn't.
is on me.
I don't let it affect me because I know who I am as a person. I don't give a F what them people say in the comments.
Oh, come
I know
on.
who I am.
Come on.
I know what I do.
Absolutely.
You let them people get in the comments and F with you.
Well,
You're great at what you do.
Everybody simmer down.
Like you a dope.
You're very
If you let
dope.
them people piss you off, no, F them niggas.
I
you nice. Like what you do is funny.
I tell her
like,
that all the time,
You brought,
on air,
you brought
off
that
air.
energy that we needed to the Breakfast Club,
Yeah.
and you let a bitch ass person in the comments say something to steer you up. I tell you, F them niggas.
we don't even know.
F
We don't even know
all
who these people are.
They could be bots and all that.
But-
and we doing it on air when we could have did it behind the scenes. Like I F with you the long way, not on some internet ish. And to hear that through there, that was whack,
This
man.
sounds very light skinned. But let's.
Now, Loren would come in and she would chime in and she would explain her problems that she had with the live that Jess Hilarious did the previous night.
And I can understand some of where you was coming from, but bro, part of that live I thought was crazy. I'm like, what, Jess? Like,
What parts did you think was crazy?
what part? Because like Lauren, it is not like you didn't hear anything in that live that I haven't said to you.
I heard a lot that you didn't say to me in
Okay,
person.
so what part did I not say to you?
Okay, so the part about the talking over each other and the hush, be quiet, because you talk about how you feel in real time, right?
Yeah.
I'm feeling in real time. That be quiet. That was crazy. The shut up. I was like, oh, okay, because what we really giving up here? Like, what's up?
Okay,
right?
but I didn't. None of that was said. You didn't say anything about that.
And then when I pulled you into the office with our EP with Eddie, the first thing I said to you was, Jess, we fighting for airtime and it shouldn't be like that. I want to know what can I do better as a producer? What can we do better as the two women sitting right here next to each other to make sure that don't happen, because it doesn't look good. It's not going to play well for either one of us.
I literally swear to God, I don't even remember you saying that.
And that's exactly why I had Eddie in the room, or EP,
I never ever heard that.
Because
you've pulled me to the side a few times to ask me, are you okay? How do you feel like about the stories and things like that? You've never said what you just said to me. Now listen. I have said, hush, shut up. Like, yo, you overtalk. And like I said, I'm not about to be up here fighting for no mic. Like, I'm not doing that. If I already got the job, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not. It's four voices. Three of us are very opinionated. You know what I mean? Me, you, and Charlamagne. I'm not saying Envy don't got no opinion, but he don't jump in every single time there's dead air. You know what I'm saying? When you overtalk. And it's like the only time you can quiet down is somebody be like, shut up or hush.
My mom don't even tell me shut up, Jess. I'm a grown-ass woman.
And I understand. You could have said that on air right then and there. Or right after when you saying you put me in the office. You never put me nowhere to tell me that.
Because the way that I do things when it comes to my job and my career, that's not what we on. And I told you from the jump, I was never going to give that to you.
Man, Jess just doesn't get it, man. Jess doesn't understand professionalism, because that's what Loren is trying to tell her. She's saying to Loren, well, if you didn't like when I said shut up or hush, then you should have just said it right there on the air. Not everybody is a mean girl, Jess. Not everybody is trying to go argue with you online. If you had an issue with her over talking, then you should have said something in the meeting. You should have pulled her to the side and say, hey, I'm having a problem with you. And you're over talking when I'm trying to talk, and you're not a B or a C mic, you're the D mic. So can we please focus on giving your opinion at a minimal effort? That's all you had to do. But she doesn't get it. Hey man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think that Jess Hilarious is not giving accountability in this situation? What do you think is going to ultimately end up with the Breakfast Club, being that she did come to work, so she's not fired? Where's this going to go? Y'all let me know down below in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and we out, baby. Boom. Just LaFlare.
It's him.